So I wanted to go over monetizing age leads. And what I mean by that is two different things, but I'll go over it. So when you generate a lead, they're going to go to your landing page, right? Fill out your form. Once they fill out your form, there's multiple things you can do with that lead. So, and I know I've kind of gone over this before, but I'm going to specifically just talk about age leads. So landing page, fill out the form. You take that lead and you can save it for later to do SMS marketing. You can put it into email marketing software like an Aweber or MailChimp, Constant Contact, and dump it there. Then you're just going to always have your leads, so you can always sell them in an Excel file. And then any real-time leads from your landing page, they fill out your form, they're going to go to your thank you page, and you can monetize it there. So let me go over each one specifically. SMS marketing you can do in real time, right? So you generate a lead, and you can start sending SMS messages if you want. You can promote other offers. You can try to help out your buyers. Like your buyer that takes that lead in real time, generate a lead, send it to your buyer in real time. You can also text that lead for your buyer, help them out. Of course, you should really just have your buyer do that. But I've been in situations where buyers just aren't really up to speed on things. So I kind of try to help them out, maybe by email form, SMS form, stuff like that. So I do that. So landing page to SMS. Or you hold on to the files, your leads, and then maybe you just do a monthly SMS to everyone. And so that's one option. Landing page to your thank you page. Now this is real time, right? So that means the person fills out your form in real time. They go into your thank you page. From there, you can send them wherever you want. You can put whatever offer you want on this page. I personally forward that lead. I have like an image there, but it automatically forwards after 10 seconds, and then it goes to an offer, and I get paid on that offer. So if that person becomes a lead to that offer, I get paid. So you could do whatever you want here. Whatever you're doing, whatever industry you're in, that's a really good lead, but just don't make that lead the same type of lead you sell in real time. So for me, if I'm selling a business loan lead, this isn't going to a business loan client. This is going to a credit monitoring client or a credit repair client. It's somebody else. So it's okay to sell the lead twice right away if it's going to two different industries. You really don't want to take the same lead, sell to two companies, unless that's what you do. If you want to sell a shared lead and take that lead in real time and sell it twice at the same time, that's fine. You can do that as long as everyone knows. Listen, at the end of the day, you can do whatever you want, right? But the right way to do it is to sell it as a shared lead and then tell people, yes, it is a shared lead, just so you know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other people are getting it, and then you price the lead accordingly. So thank you page goes to another offer, whatever offer. This you test offers out, right, to see which one converts the best. Landing page to email marketing. I use Aweber. That goes in there. Now you can separate your leads out. This doesn't happen for everyone, but for example, the way I separate my leads out into Aweber is based on gross monthly sales, because it's business loans, so it's a company, and I sell my leads at a higher volume, at a higher number. I charge more for my leads if the lead does more money in revenue. So I take my leads, and if they do over $10,000 a month in revenue, I put them in a specific email list in Aweber. If they do less than 10,000, I put them in a different list. If they do less, maybe they're a startup lead, I put them in a different list, right? So I separate out the lists. So my premium leads, those $10,000 a month in revenue, I don't email them as much. So the startup leads, my quote unquote, not so good leads, I hit those things every single day, just so you know, with different offers. And there's obviously more of those leads. Now, this is a great way. I mean, really, all these ways are great. But email marketing, you can hit these guys every single day. You don't want to SMS and text people every single day. You got to be careful with that. But email, you can do it every single day. And this thank you page is all in real time anyway, so that's just a one-time thing. But with email marketing, I think the most I've ever made in one email is like $11,000. Of course, I've made practically nothing by testing out email too. But you got to figure out which works with email, different types of copy to use for whatever you're doing, and test those things out. An Excel file, what I mean by that is I generate leads. At the end of the month, I could have 30,000 leads or 10,000 leads, whatever the number is. And depending on the buyer, there's companies out there will just buy aged leads. An aged lead at the end of the day is just a lead that is not real time. So it could be 1 day old, it could be 30 days old, it could be a week old, it could be 3 months old. So specific buyers like those because they're a lot cheaper. So for me, when I generate, I'll give you an example. The only leads that I sell in a file like this, where I put them in an Excel file and I put a couple hundred in or whatever, or a couple thousand, and I email the file to a buyer. They pay me up front. You always want to get paid up front. They pay me up front. I send them the file. Maybe you give them a little bit of overage in there just in case. So if they buy 1,000 leads, if you want to give me 1,100 or 1,050, 1,010, whatever you want, right? Give them a little extra. But what happens is now that person buys those leads. I send them over. Whatever happens, happens. But every buyer is going to be a little different. So what I mean is, when I sell my age leads, I only sell them after 30 days. That doesn't mean that you can't sell them after 30 days. That's just what I do. So I'll sell a lead in real time for my premium leads, those leads over $10,000 a month in revenue, up to $45, $50 a lead in real time. So that's a real time lead. They fill out the form on my landing page. I send them right over. The other way is as an age lead, I'll sell those for $1. It's a lot cheaper, right? So 30 days old, it's $1. But hey, even if they get only 1 out of 50, if they get 50 times less than a real-time lead, it's $1 versus $50, they're still making the same amount of money. So you don't need to convert as many. And there's a lot of companies out there that buy leads that like that type of lead. You know, they want an age lead versus a real-time. It's cheaper. They have more room for error. If you're buying a real-time lead and it's expensive, then you have a lot less room for error. So different types of companies want different types of leads because of the situation they're in, or maybe they're just really good at age leads, right? There's companies out there, when you sell leads, you'll learn. If I sell leads at 10 different companies, say real-time leads to 10 different companies, maybe half will actually succeed. And that's just the way it is. It has nothing to do with the leads. It has to do with the company itself. So for example, I've had companies tell me, you know, I tell every company, when I sell you a lead in real time, you have to email, call, and text the lead. They have to. It increases their contact rate. The higher contact rate, the more deals you're going to close in the end. What happens is, I'll deal with companies, they'll say, oh, we don't text. So just to give you exact numbers for what I work with, there's a company that maybe said, oh, I don't text, I just call and email. So I asked, what's your contact rate? Contact rate's 50%. I'm like, all right. And then I asked another company who does all three, their contact rate's like 70%. So then the company that did 50%, it didn't text, they added texting in, they get back to me after a couple weeks, oh, it's up to 70% now. So the more knowledge you have about your exact stats, the better you're going to be as a salesperson talking to these companies to sell leads, right? Because when you sell leads, you need to hammer in the stats. Everyone's going to want to know exact stats. But you can't guarantee that they're going to close deals. So I say, listen, the average of what I've seen from other companies is this. What you're going to do, I have no idea unless you try them. Then you're going to have companies who want to try out leads or this or that, the other thing. So for example, I had a company come to me and say, I usually have a minimum on my credit repair leads, usually 100, at least 100. Why? It's not because I just want to make more money. It's just because they need 100 to close maybe 3 to 5. So if I give them 10, the chance of them closing a lead is actually slim because they really need more volume in order to see the quality of the leads. So people come to me and say, oh, can I get 5 leads? I'm just like, I don't even want to waste my time. The chance of them having success with 5 leads is slim. So I'd rather not even do it. So they can look at me and say, oh, this guy just wants to sell more leads, or I just don't want to waste my time. I've been doing this long enough where I just don't want to waste my time putting together an order, getting paid. What is it? I sell credit repair leads for $2. I'm going to sell 5. I'm going to make $10. It's not worth my time to go through the whole process, invoice the guy, set up his delivery, destination in my software for $10. It's not even really worth it for 100 leads, but at least I know the 100 leads, they have a better shot of being successful, and then they'll buy more leads. So these are all things you have to figure out for yourself and what makes sense for you. But this is really the different ways that you can monetize age leads. All the strategies work. You should be doing all of them at this every single day. You should be, strategizing on doing all of them. You don't just do one. And this is truly, you can add an extra, 40, 50% to your bottom line by being really good at this. So, and you just got to look around to see where you can monetize age leads. I talk about affiliate marketing. You can work with different affiliate networks and do email marketing. So you send out an email. Like I have an affiliate network called Max Bounty that I work with. I work with Commission Junction. So Max Bounty, the guy there, I obviously have a relationship with him now. And so he'll send me an email. Hey, I got a new offer. Why don't you run it? Test it out. Like, because it's tax season right now. So he's like, oh, run a tax offer. Because, all my leads, even though they're looking for business loans, they're still people. They're still individuals, right? They still have to do their taxes. They all celebrate Mother's Day. They all celebrate Father's Day. They all probably celebrate Valentine's Day. So you can run offers for different holidays. That's another thing. But that's a one-time thing, obviously. What you really want to do is find offers that just work every single week and you're consistent. You don't want to run the same email offer every single day. So, I try to do it once a week, max. No more than once a week to run the same offer, because your leads are going to keep seeing the same offer, right? So what I do, just so you know, is for email marketing, for age leads, I actually run an offer every day, a different offer. So I have 7 offers, 7 days a week, and I hit them every single day. When I finally implemented that, when I finally had the time and found everything, that I can make it easy. You can easily make thousands extra a day. Now, of course, it comes down to how many leads you have, right? How much volume you have. But now that I have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of leads laying around, I can send out an email and do very well. Now, your contact rate is going to be low versus SMS. SMS, you're going to have a much higher contact rate to get that lead in, but you also have a cost associated with it. I mean, you're paying for email marketing, but your email marketing bill is only dependent on who you use. It's going to be dependent on how many emails you have in the system. If you use Aweber, that's how it works for me. So I just pay a flat rate. SMS, you're getting paid. You're getting charged every single time you send an SMS out. So you got to make sure that you're making an actual profit based on your cost to send out those text messages. But that's pretty much it for now. If you have any questions, let us know.